Okay, okay. I just wanted this to be quick because I want to go play some games. Do I even have some of this stuff you set up? No, okay. It doesn't matter. I don't need to be anywhere on the bottom. Okay, I think the first thing I need to point out is the physical setup. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a picture, move that out of the way, real quick about what the setup looks like, at least in person. I kind of blacked out most stuff because I don't want you to see my room. But you can see how most of it is set up here. So on the top left, I have a laptop mounted to my wall. All the teams, I started already, I think. It should have started. I double checked while I was waiting. Oh, I didn't. It didn't start. It's a little laggy. Let me try it again. Let me double check the thing, because visually it might be stuck, but I'm gonna double check the bracket online. It's so much. Before I can. Okay, there you go. It did start, so we're good. It just took a while. It was handling everything, so we're good. Anyways, so on the top left, I have my laptop hooked up, which is where I'm going to try to spectate on my own as well. That way I can take some work off of Pen Flash. But it's where like I actually have the game loaded, because I can't have it on my PC. That way the game can run correctly. And I have that hooked up to a capture card that runs into my computer. And I take that feed into the production software. I'll play that real quick. You do not play Nay. Whatever shows up in that tournament is not correct yet. We need to reset it. I think Pen Flash can change that. I mean, I'll change it later. I think their API is a little weird right now, but ignore that for now. Whatever shows up the bracket, incorrect. We're gonna fix it later, in a bit. I'll fix it during the stream even. You can see. You can do the order. If challenge is working for you, just reorder it the way it needs to be ordered. Pen Flash. I think you know how. Like you already set up the bracket. It's a lot. So I have the laptop hooked up into my computer, and then I have my physical Stream Deck and stuff. Let me move this up. So at the bottom you can see I have two Stream Decks set up. An old phone on the top of the monitor. It's an iPhone. It's an old iPhone, and you can actually purchase the Stream Deck software on your phone, and it can act as your Stream Deck. So instead of you actually purchasing a physical Stream Deck, you can actually use your current phone, download their application on an iPhone specific. I think Android does work. It's a little not as good, but you can create pages of Stream Deck buttons for yourself for things you want to do, and it works on your phone. Yeah, and a dedicated ace button. So is there a minimum spec on the iPhone? No. A minimum spec on the laptop is just whatever frames you want to run, but on the iPhone, no, I don't believe so. I think that one's an iPhone X. So it's, yeah, I think challenge is lagging a little bit. So I'll order it later once it's refreshed. I know sometimes they have server hiccups. Yeah, it's having some hiccups right now. Anyways, so the physical aspect, I have the iPhone Stream Deck. I have the Stream Deck regular, just the regular version, the 15 key version. And then I have the Stream Deck Plus, which has the dials included. The reason why you need all of these different Stream Decks is because the one on the top handles the Woohoojin overlay, so dealing with changing the actual overlay to, say, the Underpeel one, to the light theme one, to changing it to, you know, the theme on top. I'm clicking the buttons on the very top. It handles all of that exclusively. That way I don't have to deal with it on the bottom. Because it's not something I need to press all the time, I'm only leaving it at the very top. The ones at the bottom are a little different. So I'm going to none. I don't have any buttons to write Discord commands yet. So I'm going to change this one. I'm going to move this one up a little more. You can't really see all the buttons exactly, but the ones on this one doesn't change any pages. So each button has a dedicated utility to it. The one at the top right here handles the ClearComm round, which is hooked up to 3 things. It enables the audio in production software. It enables the overlay for people who set up their Discord overlay because we want to know who's talking. And then it unmutes me or undeafens me if I am deafened. That way I'm getting audio going through into vMix. That way I don't have to, listen to your comms while I'm sitting in the call waiting for the ClearComm, and the audio isn't being routed to vMix exclusively and your overlays aren't being set. The next few ones are pretty simple. This second one up here deals with the observer feed. So it deals with the audio for the observer feed. Lydia helped one time where we had them pull or send me a feed of the observer, and I can toggle the audio with this in case we wanted it on or off. The next one's same thing, audio, and this enables the music. I can click this right now, and you hear the music disappear. Slowly fade out, and holding it triggers it to reanimate. And then this dial right here changes the volume in case it's too loud or too quiet. It's very easy to change it on the fly. These next ones, all down here, are all replay stuff, which I'll get into really quickly, and I'll show you a quick demo of what that looks like. I'll dial back here. And on the very far right of the screen, you'll see the software version of a mixer. I don't want to buy a whole mixer. It's kind of expensive, and I don't have the room space for it, so I don't have it. So let's skip past that. Oops. Up the webcam real quick. I just want to show you guys what the production software looks like. It's quite a complicated setup, I would say. Let me just put this on, like, say, the replay, for example. So down here would usually be on a different screen. I have a second monitor that handles my Discord, the Twitch stream, and then the mixer, all split up into 3 section parts and a vertical monitor. And then over here are all the different scenes to run through. Typically here I host all my full screen stuff. And, I have like graphics, the slides, the challenge stuff. It's not correct right now because the bracket isn't done, but I have it cut up in a way it needs to be. All the titles that you're familiar with, they're sitting ready to be pulled in whenever I need to. I'll actually bring this back because you don't need the replays at the bottom. So let me tab over. I have all my highlights on this page. So let's go to the live highlight. For example, we have Zon. All I have to do is hold this button, and it pulls it onto the feed, and then it plays the animation. It's the same thing for all of them. So just hold the button, it'll play the feed, transition into it, all these little things. And then clicking it cancels through. To join a queue again for new queue for my team to join. Did Cope even sign up? I could not tell you. I was not the one who handled the entries. And then all these other buttons down here are just overlay stuff. It's quite normal or like basic. It's not super important at the very least. I just want to cover that real quick. I had to find subs first. I don't know if you... I mean, if you joined, you joined. You don't have to worry about anything yet. If you already joined the queue, then you joined the queue. I don't know. You didn't sign up in time? Then you didn't... Yeah, okay. There you go. And this page... So I got a couple pages. Let's run through the pages. This is my replay page. You can tell it's got the feed, which stinger I want to use. Say I want to use the full replay, the embedded ones, or whatever have you. This toggles the preview page so I can watch it while it's going through replay A, replay B. And my B is just kind of set for the embedded one. There's a couple ways you can use B, but it's not really super important. This is handling the audio. This handles clearing teams and reverse and play. The second page deals with like transition stuff. So if I need to go to the intermission, the agent select, fly through in the game, and all that. So I can just quickly go to the agent select, stinger to that, which I have a triggers set up in the software, so when I transition to it, it starts playing the music, so I don't have to deal with that. Behind there's the dead Elgato feed. And then at some point in a minute, and it's really weird, right here you can see the timer. I don't have an integration with Valorant. I can't pull the timer of the custom game. So I made a timer that's like roughly a minute 20 seconds. And when it transitions here, it starts the timer and it'll automatically merge the scene with the fly through. Where the hell did I put the fly through? Scenes fly through. But I can just start it early in case people lock their agent. And then I'll cut to the game, or just like stinger to the game. Very easy. And then we're starting the game. Yada, yada, yada. Let's see the next page. This one is actually quite important. This is what we do for the... this is the kind of the page that I handle the podcast and any intermission stuff. So these are destinations. You can see 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the overlay. So if I put me self, right, I can reassign where people are on the page really quickly if I need to, right? Because people often change who we're interviewing often, and I don't want to put the entire screen in because it adjusts how people are sized. Ad breaks, if I want to pull the highlights or pull the slides up, and etc. These are my highlights, and these are my predictions that I set up for the Hooch stuff. And just very quickly here, what I will say is that how my pick bands are set up are actually really not well set up, but they work. So we run to the pick and ban page, and I set up a multiple different pages here for maps. And it's really annoying. So let's say you ban Descent, whatever. Toggle that. Next page. Haven, whatever. Earl, etc. And it's actually kind of annoying, but it works. As long as it works, right? That's all that matters. Best of one. Oh, and this, I quickly set up some spreadsheet stuff. It's kind of annoying, but it's fine. To change the best of 1, best of 3, best of 5. You can see the color change and the text. You can't actually see if to zoom in, but the text and the color change. That way we know whether or not it's a best of 1 pick ban, if we need it. I don't think we're ever going to need this screen in a best of 1. I don't think we're ever gonna like be watching a best of 1 that needs us to be like intensely watching 6 bans, which is kind of crazy, but I have it. What was a button pull individual? So I have a page for highlights. So say I have like live highlight, for example. Clicking it pulls it away. Same thing with the head-to-head. It pulls it away. All the little highlight buttons if I need to get through it. But that's not really the page I sit on. It would be this page, the replay page. I think this is... Is there a way to pick it, then select attack and defense? I haven't set that up yet. Because it's actually quite a lot. I'll show you what that looks like in a bit. Now that you talked about, I'll show you what the actual setting up of the page looks like. It's kind of annoying. I could do it. It's just kind of annoying. So what I'm going to show you is what a replay operation looks like in the Team Heretics vs. G2 game. Just really quickly, one round, what that looks like, what I'm doing when Pen Flash is working. Sometimes I'm not even doing anything because the rounds look really stupid, but no, that's just how it is. Let's start this and then over that here. Okay. So here we're running through a round. I'll go to my replay, and then down here, I'll move the webcam because you don't need that. Is where I have all the replays set up. So the way the replays work is it's just constantly recording a feed. Whatever feed I set it to. Right now it's recording this specific YouTube feed, but normally it's the laptop. And how the replay works is it sets text markers on where all the replays are, and I can take them highlight them, and play them back as a package. If I need to, I can go down here, and then, oh, something cool happens. I pause it, or I play it, or I run it slow-mo 50%, and I'm watching. I need to like zoom in. I'm waiting for a kill. I got a zoom in button. I'm holding it until it needs to be ready. Like Penflash wants to talk about it, for example, or whatever. It zooms out and auto plays. This page was actually really elaborate to set up, but I think it makes for really good replays for Underpeel. I think when I watch pro matches, I love the casters. I love all that stuff, but all these little details during the replays are super fun to me. Like, because it's the highlight package of the round, and I want those highlight packages to be as good as when we do it. So I'm going to record. I'm gonna hit the replays. So I got my thumb on the 1 second, and this triggers a quick replay during the time that I need it. Right now, nothing's happening. Sometimes I won't play a replay. You know what I'm doing? I zoned the hell out, and I'm on my phone. See, look, a kill happened. I'll trigger it. I'm just waiting. Because I triggered it, I'm not going to change it because it's really close and back-to-back. And this is a different one, so I'll trigger that. Now, what I'll do really quickly as I go here, I'm just going to pause this so you can see, because I have to turn the camera up. These dials actually control the replay. So if you look at the top, fuck out of here, replay here. So you look at the top, the replay is set to 3 seconds, and I'm going to change the input out because I want it was cut too early, right? I'm going to change the replay back to, say, this hold on market. I'll change the output. I can double check where it is. He gets the kill, scroll through, the main guy comes in, and we stop, and we're good here. I'll click over to the next replay. I think this is actually quite perfect, right? He's right in the smoke. I actually give it a little extra room, and I like to just find where the frame is. I'll toggle it where we get all the kills and a little extra time, because the extra time I think is super important for, I think, the noise. Because I realized when I first started doing the replays, I would cut it too early, and then the audio during slow-mo would be really cut. So I do it really far in. It's better like that. And then once I'm done here, I'll replay the packages. I'll bring the camera down. I'll show you what it'll look like during it. Right? We gotta zoom in just in case it was an op shot. Right? And this is all timing. This zoom is a timing thing. I actually cannot tell the actual software saying, oh, the op shot happened at this frame. Pause here. I actually have to time this. So I'm waiting, looking for the op shot, trying to remember what it was. Hold it. And I might miss. So I try to press it early. And I'll undo. It'll run through. It'll run through. Maybe we want to talk about this timing is really good. So I pause it here. And I want to replay a little bit. Go back. You kind of fucked me. The pause back, it really, you can't play back from to the other clip. I remember that. You can only reverse while you're in that clip. But regardless, we play through here. And it plays through. So if I mistime what? I'm not sure what I'm... Are we talking about the replay? Oh, so what I'm talking about, the mistiming. So up here are these dials where I control the replay. So let's say this replay, I'm just going to fuck up right now real quick. So let's look on the second left side, and let's just play this clip. That replay sucked. There was nothing on it. So I just have to change these dials to adjust for when the kills actually happened. Move this forward, because this changes the in and the out. And the clip is good. In terms of the zoom, I think there's a couple. I think you guys had a lot of op shots on MVT. You guys are assholes. and Minimoth just plays op all the time. So I can have a good. So let's do this for example. Minimoth is holding an op on an elbow angle, and he's about to peek and kill. Right. Let me show you what the zoom in will look like if I am doing this live and I'm trying to remember where the shot was. Let's play it through. I totally mistimed it. I forgot he didn't get the kill on the swing, and he got the kill like after a little later, right? So that's just me. But that requires, like, during the game, I'll have remembered that usually, and it's a little cleaner. But it still won't be very. It'll be a little closer, but not very much. But like that. So hold it like that is like, that's a pretty good shot. Kind of, if he shot right here. I'm hoping so. And he did. That was perfect, right? That's a great example if I did it correctly. Normally it's like a quarter second off. But that's fine. But you saw that's what the zoom in will look like. So let's say it's just a couple rounds. I'll just select this package right here. We'll play through it. Yeah, MVT stuff. Zon being run down. It doesn't matter. Moth op shot. And then one more clip. I should do a slow-mo, right? So I hit the slow-mo. And I just set it back to full speed. That's usually what the round looks like. At least when we're doing replays. Okay. Allergic Dodo. Camus upper stream deck? Oh, sorry. The button ones at the very bottom right here. Just the zoom in. The 50%. I can toggle the theory. Streams have been open to all users for a while. Has been open to all for a while. Thumb reveal? Alright. But regardless, that's usually what the replays look like. Like, let's just play through, change the speed, etc., etc. I will say, for this, I'll pause it here and we'll go to the MVT game. For this match, and I know it sucks to say, but during stomps, I pay a lot less attention during the games because do people really want to watch these replays? Some of them are cool, but a lot of times the rounds don't go super well, so it's not super interesting for people to play. Yeah, there were a few. I think you guys had like good rounds, which were super interesting. I think this one was super good. When he walked down halls, he gets a kill and he gets a shorty kill. This one is super. I thought was super neat because it's a good play. Smoke, shorty, shoot. So I decided this is a good replay, so I would just play the event through. And I like, this is cool. And then he misses the shot, and I don't think it needs a zoom in, but it does need a fit like slow-mo. Right? I thought that was good. So it hits a good slow-mo. We head back to the original stream and all that. So I like that. Replays are super fun. What I do want to bring up is because Pen Flash is trying to... he's been putting too much work in. I've set up... You guys saw the macro pad. I'll try to pull this in. I set up the macro pad. I haven't used it yet, but I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn. This is just all the observer buttons. It's just 1 to 10, minimap, free stuff, all those little things. But 4 hours every day to set it up. But I could practice. I mean, I could just go to any in-house and practice. Yeah, I pretty much copied the setup 1-to-1 to like another observer producer who did all this stuff. Okay, what I will show you is how I set up all the titles. So let me quickly show you all these transitions right here. So I do transition in. Nuda Buddha made all the graphics. Props to Nuda Buddha. This shit slaps. I love this shit. The theme of Underpeel right now with like the black and the white and like the text, all that shit is slick. What I will say though, however, is setting it up in vMix not as fun. let me take a show you how that looks real quick. I'm gonna take the map overlay for example. I'll hide the cam for now because you don't need that, and do this desktop. So this is what one example of a title looks like. So I'm in the vMix title editor, and like right now I just set this up the other day for, you know, the maps and bands at the top because I know we wanted that. We have maps and shit done ready. Oh, let me actually fix that in the graphics while I'm here, right? Anyways, back to the title. So if you look here, I have them grouped up by these little boxes, and then I'm actually going to show you the picks and bands. Much more interesting. So let's just click the play button on the animation. Right? We all saw that during the stream. However, the way it's set up is each layer is animated separately. So this picks and bands right here has a reveal sliding from the right, and it eases in and out at the end and start of the duration. The graphic at the top does the same thing, but to the left, because I think the difference is quite interesting. But each individual box has to be set up. So at this one, this entire graphic right here has, on the very up here, a delay of 0.7 to let these bars slide in first, and then the duration. However, each individual box I think would be stupid if they just showed up at the same time. So what I did was I took each duration and just added a 0.1 second delay. Well, this one shows wrong, but oh yeah, so there's two animations, but each one has like a 0.1 second delay. Each box has a fly in. That way it flies in from the bottom. And it has a fade in. Because if it didn't have a fade in, it would just look like this. All the way from the bottom of the screen. I think that looks stupid. Anyone else? Let me actually just turn all the fade ins down, and then you can see that looks, I think that looks really stupid. I don't know. That looks dumb as hell. So I found the timing at when it appears right about almost there and fades it in. So if you look at the other boxes, it slides and fades in, which is super cool. I really like that. Let me show you another example of the live highlight. This one is actually quite annoying because I wanted the animation to look really cool. I individually animated each layer. So if you watch really closely, you actually realize each layer is like slightly delayed from one each other. So what I had to do was, let's start with the black box. Actually, it's on layer, I think. Yeah, the black box, it's showing none, but I think this is it's the expand on the very top. So that's expanding, this is expanding, and then each one, oh yeah, it's on the wrong layer. So it expands from 0. The white box expands a half a second later. The agent, I think, doesn't actually show in until we have the data. Yeah. And then the player agent, player agent right here, reveals at 1.2 seconds. The name shows up at, the hell did I put the name? At 1 second. Each one is individually layered, and it's really fucking annoying. However, I'm not done yet. I individually layered each layer, or animate each layer. They slide in half a second later because I think it looks really cool, and it's really cool. I don't know if you guys think differently. However, I also wanted it to change live. The data is being pulled from Interitus's master sheet, and he set up a sheet for me. And I'm not going to show you it because it's kind of secret data, technically. So the way I have it set up is I actually have a data change, and this has interesting processes where if it's linked to a Google sheet and it sees that the cell, oh, how do I, I'll show you. So I'll show you in a bit. So once it sees that, say, the member name changes, it does, that's where I said it. It sees that the member name changes, I have to set animations for each layer again for a different way that I want to do it. So the boxes do not change, because when you change the name, you don't need to adjust the box. However, each agent, name, scores, and all that have to be updated. So I made a second animation, it flying away, it would play all of it flying away, and then reanimating with the new person's stats. Yeah, vMix is just smart enough to have a link to a sheet, and it's been built for that. It's actually, I'll show you what other data sources you can add, but this is actually really annoying, but I set it up, and it's sick. I did that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. It's fucking annoying, but they're sick. They're really cool. God damn. Anyways, so that's that. I set that up in a couple days, and every time we needed a new graphic, we do that. So whenever PenFlash asked for a new graphic, Nuda would give me the Photoshop file. I would edit that and all those little things. So let me close this, show you what that looks like for a title. So let's go to the highlight, for example. I don't know if you guys can see it actually, but this here says title editor. And each layer can be linked to a data source. So let's say right here, I have a Google Sheet set up, and I call it the upstat sheet. And I can take what table I want it from, because the sheets have like different sheet pages. I need to pull it from the pull sheet that I asked Interidus to make from me. I'm saying I want it from column 6 and row 4. And this data changes live for me when I ask it to. It's like, I want to pull data from, I don't know, like Mini Moth. I want to pull data from Lydia. I want to pull data from Potato. And let me show you live right now. I'm going to change this Zon to Sierra, for example. It takes a couple seconds because Google API is annoying. That's how it is. It changes it all live to Sierra. And all I did was just change the name. And that name is linked to all the data that Interidus built for me. So this is props to Interidus. None of this is, a lot of this is just vMix doing the work for me. It's just annoying to go. So like, I'll show you what the data can look like. I don't want to show you it on screen. Give me 1 second so I don't leak the leak the fucking link to it. That would be not good. Oh, once it's set up, it's sick. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna open it up here again. So this is a really hacky way of setting up maps, but regardless, it's just a good way to do it. For data sources, all you have to do is click this plus button, and you have a lot of options. You can have an Excel sheet on your computer locally, a Google Sheet, a JSON file that it reads online or locally, doesn't matter, an RSS feed, text feed, XML sheet, doesn't matter. It takes Zoom chat as well. I don't know why you would need it, but I guess it's to put it on the overlay, like a Twitch chat. It doesn't have Zoom chat integrations. But vMix was made for production. Regardless, that's all you have to do it. And then I would just say, I want this cell. So let's go back to editing this title. The annoying part, am I podcasting myself? I am. I'm just showing you what production looks like. Final time? Nice. So the annoying part is I have to go to each one, hit the data source, and assign it column 6 and 4. Here, columns 3 and 11, because this text is referencing multiple layers. The score, and each individual I have to go by and assign a cell. And I'll show you guys the matchups in a bit. Same thing for the images, the data source, the role, agent, and all that. Yes, it's super annoying when I was setting it up, but now that it's set up, I don't have to do anything. It's actually very easy. So the whole team, I'm going to go to the Google Sheet, and I'm going to change the team to MVT. Google Sheet API has a rate limit of like 3-4 seconds, but after really quickly still, regardless, 4 seconds, and it changes the entire team. Display name is in the Google Sheet. It's linked to the data. Correct. I could use a JSON file or a local Excel sheet. It's without rate limits, because an Excel sheet, you need this whole thing. I mean, don't worry about it. This is like old data, and you can use it to reference your new stuff. But the hell was I saying? But yeah, the Google thing is something that we can work on as a collaboration, which is super good. Oh, the ranks I see. So I can have someone else update information for me. The only problem is with JSON and Excel sheets and all that is that typically that data is not updated live from other collaborators. I have to do it on my own, or we have to build like a really expensive XML or JSON sheet that's like custom made that can be updated. It's a whole annoying process. May as well just use Google Sheets. Okay, let me take a look that I didn't have. Oh, vMix is actually quite interesting for zooms. It took a while for me to figure out how I wanted to do it, but zooming is actually just an entirely different scene already pre-zoomed in. So if you look at the replay A zoom and the replay, it's just two different scenes. However, vMix can use this interesting button called the merge. Let's go to this mix here. If you merge it, it actually slides the two scenes together, like combines them together. I think a good example you guys always see is the agent select and the fly through. So when I merge these two scenes together, it actually just, I don't know how to explain it, but it makes it look really cool. And I think that's sick. So I set up merges for the zooms. Can't be exported as an Excel. Yes, because an Excel sheet needs to be built differently. And technically, Interidis said I told him he could work on it as a very low priority thing, because I don't want him to work on it. It's a lot of work. So I said, do it in your free time. Did you make the map fly throughs or someone else? Someone else. Do I have a lot of buttons? A lot. No, I'll show you because you missed it. Webcam. So this is my replay page alone. Speed, zoom, back forward, replay, different switch between the scenes, audio and all that. This one is scene switching. This one is the, go back. This one is the interview part. You know, all that stuff. Oh God, we got double going on. That's what happens when I go out of order. God damn it. But anyways, this is where I have all the interview stuff, or like single, like in between games. Yeah, like this is when we were doing the interviews. So we had Frog, you, Alum, a few people. I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. I was on Dragon Fruit all the way at the bottom, because the way this is set up is I'm streaming. Yeah, I'll put myself on here for now because you can see me talk. The way I have this set up is I have vMix being recorded by an OBS, which is being streamed instead of vMix streaming to Underpeel. And I'd never set up the Dragon Fruit on OBS at this time, at least for this setup. So you'll have, it's just how it is. Because this is just supposed to be just showing you what it looks like. I don't record that anymore. I can update in real time, but it's like, I don't want to. No, I don't want to. Do I have you set up? No. Anyways, so these buttons at the bottom right here. Overlay, Huge, if he was there, because he has a direct input to my vMix, but he's not in, so it's a black screen. This is the V802, which is pen flash, and this is the group for for Discord. So say something went wrong with the click comms, I can toggle the group overlay on. Me? Yeah. Well, I'm not streaming or recording. I'm streaming just the vMix program live because I can't stream itself. That would be kind of weird. But yeah, I would say that's a majority of it. At least for the stream setup, this is where most of the setup actually is. So I have a button for when we go live. I click the start stream. right here, and it'll send vmix up. It'll start the intro music, and then once it starts, I'll have a... Oh, I forgot to also mention, I'm not going to put the webcam there. I have a foot pedal. I have the Stream Deck foot pedal. So the foot pedal controls my mic to pen flash, not to live, because I want to unmute myself or mute myself while I'm eating, and I don't want pen flash to hear me eating. That'd be kind of weird. I have another button that toggles pen flash's audio, because sometimes he needs a break and we need to like run a break, like an ad break. I'll turn off his audio so we can chat. Like we need to talk about, say, let's run back this or talk about this. And then the other button handles replay. So let's say I'm on the wrong screen and I need to run a replay. Then my foot pedal has this 1 second button to tag a replay for me. Anyways, that's the foot pedal part. Let me double check that it's alive. Oh, and here's an example of the replay. So I have a lot of triggers set up. So if you take a look at the music underpeel right here, when I hit pen flash's audio, because if we look at call pen flash, he is being sent to master right now. If I toggle his audio, he's no longer being sent to master, and all the music goes up to 80% because he's not live. And we want the music to actually be, be playing. And when I toggle him off, or back on, the music turns off, to 50%. And then whenever we go to the game, the audio turns off, etc., and all that. It's a little scuffed because I don't have a real mixer, but it works. Let me take a look while we're here at the challenge stuff. Properties. Oops. Oh, yeah. And then you have a bunch of functionality in here. It's like if I need to move around this stuff, doesn't really matter, but I'm going to reset it for now and change the crop because I don't want to crop it. Let me zoom in. Let's look at matchups. Let's talk about matchups while we're here, because I don't know much about teams. Is there a way to set up clear comps to have both teams to swap between them and out with a link to the overlay? No, I have to go to the Discord channel itself. The reason for it is because the way I'm getting your profiles is using this website. If you want to edit your picture, you need to use this. Let me actually show you. Control. Pull this over. There. You need to use this website. You can click the plus right here and change your images. You don't have to, but you can. Yes, Just Hired did. And he set up the pushing brimstone. So, you can too. Yeah, you can have a GIF for your speaking part as well. It's super neat. I do recommend it. Actually, I can show you right now. I'm talking. You can see it's being updated live. I am taking this data when I'm in your call, like this group layer, and pulling it into vMix. So let me hop into someone's random call right now, and that'd be kind of funny, right? Let's go to Hippos. I'm deafened. He can't hear me. I can't hear him. But you can see Hippo showed up. And if I toggle to... Oh, so yeah, if I toggle to Sierra, Sierra shows up. And you can leave now. I don't need this anymore. So the way it's set up isn't actually conducive to being in both teams' channels, because I'm pulling data from... can't close out that. Change out streamer mode. We're talking about emoji stuff. I can't leak new emojis. Not yet, at least. But, is there a way I can keybind it to join one team or the other? No, not particularly. I could. So let me take a look. So let me show you really quick. I can set up an empty button right here to toggle Discord connect to a call. The problem, yeah, I would need to make the button channel ID edit this button every time we're observing a new team. It's much easier for me than going into the code and editing it to just click a team. Much easier. It's not necessary to make buttons for it. I thought about making buttons for it, but I can't really make buttons for everything. Sometimes the easy solution is just to just do it manually. Such is life, right? I could set up a script. It's just, it doesn't make sense for me to make it rather than just hitting, like, clicking the join button. So anyways, we were here on let's do this stuff. Anyways, I don't have any favorite teams. I know Potato asked if I had one, or I think it was the Fruit Ninjas team. I don't. I want to be kind of an impartial viewer. In my opinion, I'd rather be an impartial viewer, but you know, say la vie. So I don't really know much about you guys. Properties. Oops. Edit that while we're here. That way I can drag it around. TRX versus Moderate. I think all of TRX is playing, so that should be cool. Moderate, I think it's really just about. Fuck, we can actually do this here because let me go to the titles, teams. Let me take a look at the teams because I don't know you guys well enough yet. So let's go to TRX. Is there any one piece of equipment or software that would make my workflow easier? I already bought all I already bought all the hardware for it, I think. I would say an actual physical mixer is going to be like the next thing I get, but it's not necessary at all yet. Yeah, I'm kind of ahead of you. Just I work as well. I said, man, it'd be really nice if I had like 3 Stream Decks, a Stream Deck pedal, you know, a macro pad. So I just bought it. I think that's the correct choice to do. Anyways, I just bought it. Let's talk about teams. TRX. I know Dodge is really good. I don't know who the shot caller is on that team, but if they can just help Dodger get on like lines and kill people, he's really good at killing people. Then again, like we go to say, yeah, the bracket is up. You can just go to that webpage and follow along. We go to moderate. Moderate? It's moderate. I actually don't know what. Moderate? Who fucking knows, right? Paradis, Kahuna, Buzz. Stewart's the IGL? As long as he's there, I guess. I think Kahuna just needs to cook more. That's the problem with being the controller. You're an immortal controller. You still shoot good, but it's not like your kit is built to help you kill more. But Kahuna is the IGL, and I think Interidus is like secondary IGL. We should be good. Let's see. Elo Evaders, Asayake. Elo Evaders is like chefing, but I heard they haven't been practicing as a team for like a week or 2. I know the team is really good. Anyone here who's played in-houses knows Chase is a chef. He's a really good chef. Except he's too busy playing World of Tanks. I think Asayake. Oh, Asayake. Darius, Lane, again, Rafi. I think these are just strong players, but I haven't seen them enough. Actually, let me really quickly. I don't even want to go through all the matchups. You guys. I'm just here to do replay stuff. Who's the coolest matchup right now? Let's Sewer Cats, Serpent Structures, Fruit Ninjas, SLO, OM. Actually, no, I'll talk about that in a bit. Nay, EB, Sock Nuggets, Tiger MSC, Frog, Warble, C10 is nice. Okay, I'll tell you the matches I'm interested in, and you tell me if I'm wrong. Let's start from the right, actually. Nibs and Knobs and Controlled Chaos, I'm actually quite interested in. The reason for it is because, for one, Crib is a long-standing team. No one here can deny that. They are a long-standing team. I find that super interesting. I love that stuff. Then if we get Controlled Chaos, if I remember correctly, they have Snow and Wet Bread. And Zaki, actually. Like, Pikachu, Zaki, Snow, Wet Bread. I don't know a lot about Temptuous. I'm sure I can. But I like a lot of the members on Controlled Chaos. So, like, I'm interested in watching that. Slide over. And then the other ones, I think there's only two more. It's SLO and 404. I think 404 has been dealt like a really shitty hand. I think as the data you entered in cell D19 violates the data validation rules set on the... Alright, this is an Enteritus problem, so I can't pull up 404 right now. This is a spreadsheet issue, but... I think I still have high hopes. I think regardless of how they've performed, I think they've been dealt pretty raw matchups. Really raw matchups. So I'm interested in the matchup for two reasons. Is because this is probably going to be a good example of can they live up to that expectation to begin with. I think they can. I don't know, but I would like to see this matchup. And then two, we all know SLO is Woohoojin's dream team right now because they showed up to 2 team coachings in a row, which is surprising. I don't know how you managed to get a Tuesday block. Is it Monday block? Tuesday block, you know, morning, mid-afternoon for 5 people. Most people cannot make that. I mean, I like NMC too. The players on them we all love. And then, look, I know you were talking about it. Sewer Cats and Serpent Strikers. Okay, let me bring you guys out real quick. Before I say anything, I'm gonna bring you guys up, and then take a look. So let's look at Serpent Strikers real quick. I'll switch to Cat real quick as well. Why is that nice a cat? Dire, Bishop, seriously. Okay, and then look at Cat. Oh yeah, Cat got remade. And Gigafire is actually really good. Everyone watched Gigafire versus Nay, right? None of the updated rules? Sure, talk about it. But Gigafire is a fragger. With a good team, Gigafire kills. I'm happy for that. I'm happy you picked up Gigafire. And they're breaking up really fast too. Gold 1 playing smokes. Sick. We got high hopes for you, Gigafire. The pressure's on. Rules. But regardless, like, this team overall is actually quite strong. I think Hay is good, but I don't see enough. I think Lydia is already good, except weren't you on like a huge loss streak? That's kind of funny. And then I'll be honest, this last one I'm gonna say is just more like a meme thing. This one right here, zoom in. This one right here, I think this is gonna be funny to watch. The reason for it is because OM is the Viber team, right? I like OM. They're like the only team with that mindset right now. It's like, we're here to not get fined, and it's fun. I'm like, that's sick. I'm with you guys on that. You guys are quite literally the I'm gonna break up some shit because it's fun. 8 a.m. tomorrow, disgusting. And then Team Teehee, I just want to see Lily play. Anyone else? I just want to see Lily play. I want to go to clear comms and I want to watch Lily. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to go into Team Teehee's comms and I'm going to have that open the entire time. Maybe not to stream, but I'm going to be listening to that the entire time. Sierra's throwing. What happened? Can Sierra play? Give us. Look, if you can find someone, then it'll work. But you gotta find somebody. What's this? All right. Anyways, those are really the matches I'm interested in, but I could be wrong. Oh, let's talk about how stream is gonna, or how stuff is gonna go tomorrow. We're obviously not gonna be streaming. Okay, well, Penflash will not be streaming the Swiss. I think that's a good choice. He was spending 2 days a week, almost 3 days a week, doing Underpeel stuff. So let's cut back on a Friday. He has time for his family, and he's gonna be coming in for Saturday. What we are going to do, like this is a definite, is we're just gonna work on logistics. You guys are gonna play your games. I am going to, where the hell did I just put it? I gotta organize this better. I think it's on the graphics. You guys are gonna play your matchups out. I'm gonna like do the challenge stuff live. Oh my god. Position. Reset. Reset. I'm gonna do this stuff live, like while I'm like doing other Friday stuff. And you guys can watch the game. However, I kind of like streaming this shit. I don't know about you guys. I also don't have a like a wife and kids. I'm happy to restream your guys' observer feeds on the stream. I don't think we can do it this week because we kind of need. I need to know who's observing, and then I also need to give you guys like direct links. So actually, let me show you another VT. This observer feed right here has a link for Lydia. Lydia has this link and can stream to it whenever they want, and I can use that feed and pull it up, and I can do the same thing for like 3 more cam. You want to right now, and we don't need to. Everyone believes me. We can set up like 3-4 more cameras, and I can switch between them live, and we can like chill on stream. And I think that's kind of neat. I don't think we can do it this Friday, but I think you guys, if you think that's a good idea, I think we could do it. Like next Friday, we can do like a switch between. It's like, oh shit, let's watch game 1. No, let's go to game 3. The true Zoomer feed, or I could just set up 4. I could just set up four different cameras right here. That's some hard. Yeah, I could. We'll have 4 feeds at once, and we'll just watch them all. We know who will be there for top 8. Isn't he fucking his schedule up this week? I don't know if he's gonna be able to this week. Maybe next week we can ask him. But I think this week is tenuous because he's doing the Shanghai shit. You know? Yeah, he's doing Shanghai tonight, and I don't even know if he's gonna make top 8 because he's gonna change his schedule around. So gonna be fucked. Weekend is bad. No, I can tell. Go to bed! Go to bed, Sierra! What the hell? Alright, whatever. It's fine. I don't think I'm going to run stream anymore anyways because I just wanted to talk about production. Can we have observers for like each player? Why? Why don't you just be an observer for the game and then switch between them? I don't get it. Why do you need observers for each player? Oh, let me also tell you why replays are annoying. Okay. This is so fucking annoying. Look at this page right here. It doesn't actually increase. So we have this capture card here and this replay here. All of this is like random numbers to you all, but basically if there are numbers showing up and sources dropped, the replays get hella fucked. And you've seen it on stream when I try to play a replay and it plays at like 50% speed. Not because I set it at 50%, but because it's lagging like hell. The reason for it is because my computer is not actually that strong. Yes, I have a 3080. Yes, I have a 5900. But that's not really super strong. It's strong. It's good enough for one replay. But I have a lot of background applications running because I like doing other things too. And I realized I have to pretty much close everything except for this application for shit to run properly. And I don't think I can run a replay for more than 2 cameras. So let me actually show you right here. This is what the replay looks like. I can change the quality for size and whatnot. It's like, I have a terabyte left on this disk for recordings. I can set it to record like billions of feeds. Like Observer 2, Observer 3, Observer 4, Observer up to 8 feeds. For example. There's no fucking way my computer can handle 8 recordings at once. If anyone here has used OBS, you know what it's like to try to record and stream at the same time and play a game. Like your computer is chugging. Imagine me doing 8 recordings of files at the same time, processing at the same time. I would need like a dedicated drive for each feed or some bullshit. Or like a really fast speed drive. So I can't imagine doing that. That's the reason. That's what I was mentioned for getting devs at least. Is yes, we would have POVs of each kill. I would not be able to replay them. So I would just need to be like, you just have to be the greatest observer regardless to know which feed to switch to get the live game, because I can't replay them for you. Unfortunately, my computer is not a supercomputer. I would like to, but I can't. Is recording disk I/O bound? Yes, it is also processor bound. SIVCGs, yeah, they also have like a fucking supercomputer. So the way recording works is your processor has to encode the video live while you're recording. That's just how recording video works. So when I have it set to one output, you're recording, you're putting strain of one recording on your computer, which is nothing. It's nothing. Okay. Now I have 5 feeds for each player. Now I am putting the power of 5 recordings on my computer while live streaming. So the way VCT has it set up is it's not one computer. It's actually, I think let me count. 1, 2. It's usually about like 5 different like supercomputers, really strong computers. You have the main production, and then you would have, let's say, 4 intake feeds of Observer 1, Observer 2, the overhead observer like Lydia was talking about, and then those observers would also have feeds from individual players. So like Observer 2 would have all 5 player feeds being sent to their computer and being recorded. So that PC is not streaming, but it is recording 5 feeds and sending it out at like a much lower cost. So you're putting the strain on multiple computers. unfortunately for Underpeel, we're trying to lessen the amount of people we're having work. I guess, fortunately, we're trying to lessen the amount of work we're having done by multiple people. I am taking on as much work as I can because I don't want people doing that shit. It's too much work for them. So I am doing the recording, the replaying, the streaming, and hopefully if I learn well enough, I can do the observing as well. No burnout. I don't burn. Dude, setting this up, I spent like 4 hours a day for a week. I spent like a 30-hour week setting this up, and I'm happy to keep doing it because it's fun. This stuff is fun. I did all these titles in more free time because it's fun. And I was a hardcore grinder for games. I think this stuff is neat, and I love doing it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to burn out, but I don't want other people to do it because I know it's a lot of fucking work. And I don't want them to do that work. You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, I'm okay. And I will tell people if I need a break. I think oh shit, my eye. So, but if you want to learn, I'll get to that really quick. So I'll give you an example. The Friday that we didn't do the stream because we had to deal with like the team meeting for Underpeel and all that, I had already called out for the Friday. I was like, I can't stream Friday. I'm going to a party. Can you take over Pen Flash? He's like, all right. So I mean, I'll still do my other stuff if I need to. It's just, for the most part, I'm home and chilling, and I'm like, I'm here. I think it'll be fun to do this stuff anyways, so I'll do it. Might as well type beat. I'm happy to do it. I think that's another reason why Hooch kind of hired me onto the mod team and like all the other stuff, is because I was already in the server doing a lot of stuff anyways for him. So I'm happy to do it. The fact that we're measuring to a multi-billion-dollar operation is sick. I think the only thing stopping me from progressing further is hands, you know, like people. We're missing people. And I can't solve the people issue on my own. I solved everything else on my own already. I got the software. I got the hardware. Do you have a link challenge? Oh shit. Let me update the bracket. Up bracket. Edit CMD. Up bracket. There we go. Here's your bracket. Oh, I need to ask Pen Flash at Pen. Wait, is it 3 or 5 round Swiss? It's 3 round Swiss, right? I can just click the start tournament now. 3 round Swiss. I don't need to ping him. I don't want to ping him. That's too much work. Okay, 3 round Swiss. There's the matchups. And at the day of, I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna like, don't think I'll be streaming the Friday, but I will be still here like dealing with the neat Q stuff. Yeah, but I'm just missing hands and like brains. Unfortunately, we just need people. And Robanana is open source? Yes. I have already set up as much as I can solo production. My music is as much automated as possible. The overlays are automated as much as possible. The replays I set up in a way that's really feasible for me to do while not paying attention super well. And once I learn how to do observing, I can do most of it on my own without having to do other people. The only thing I can't do is cast. I literally would not be able to do replays and observing while casting, so I would still need someone else to do that, which is what Penflash is doing, luckily. Penflash actually took on more work than normal. Usually the caster is just casting. He's observing and casting, which is crazy. You know, props to him. That shit is hard. I could not imagine. Saves as a file and runs in transition. Yes, so let me show you the scene very quickly. So every time I return to this intermission, the Underpeel playlist, music Underpeel, starts playing again, and it starts back up. And whenever I switch to Agent Select, the Agent Select music will automatically start playing. When I switch to the game, the music will fade away. When I switch back to intermission, the music will start playing. So that's a very easy loop for me. And if I need to manually do it, I have the my Stream Deck button to set it up. Anyways, where is it? Getting dubs. So what if you want to learn? I need to address this really quick. What is it that you want to learn? Do you want to learn how to observe? Do you want to learn how to do production? Do you want to learn how to do what exactly are you trying to learn? And then I can give you the resources I used to learn, but I kind of need to know what exactly you're trying to do. I'm going to give you the link I used to learn production, and then tell me if I'm wrong and you needed some other link. You'll be able to see a lot of the inspiration I took from this guy. Because he still works for Riot, I think. At least for like the EMEA stuff. You can pull a lot of really good resources from this guy. And to do this, you kind of need vMix. I think, yeah, you linked the document, but I found an updated one. Unless you have like other document. I don't know where I put it. Aha. Yeah, you have the old version. Here's the new version. Because I was like, this looks kind of old. So I went to go look, and they made an updated version a while ago. Yeah, they made a new one. Allowed to be an observer? Well, yeah. So this, I'll give you a quick rundown, Just Tired. The first few chapters are important, like 1 and 2, is because it tells you typically what your job is and like what settings to do. The only thing is, chapter 4 to like 7, it's pretty much just explaining what the important parts of the game are. And I think you've played the game enough to know what that is. I don't think you really need these chapters. It's like, before the action, check the economy, check the setups. Chapter 4, check where they might be hitting. Just look at the agents holding a line that they might get peeked. It's like, I don't think you need that. You can read it. You just skim it, though. I wouldn't like read the mid chapters in depth, because a lot of it is just explaining. It's like, do you know how to play Valorant? No. Here's what you should look for. But it's a good document. Lydia did post it's a good document. Yeah, and most of it just gets better with practice. Let me. Yeah. I'm not even in a channel, that's why. There you go. Anyways, that's most of what production looks like. I don't think there's anything else. So I was just gonna end this here and like go eat dinner or whatever. But I hope that was a good insight into what my job is. I don't think it's a lot. I think you guys think it's a lot. I think the setup was a lot. I'll give you that. I think the actual job during the streams isn't very much. I'm just kind of chilling. What the fuck are you ending? What do you want from me? What do you want from me, Teku? I was talking about what production looks like. You ranked on stream right now? No, we're on the Underpeel stream, and the less viewers we have, the less likely we'll get partner. And I kind of just wanted to run this real quick for like an hour, and I don't want to lose our partner stuff. Yeah, it's a lot to learn and set up, but once it's up, it's up. It's very easy. It's just the process to get here was a lot. And then all the reactives for all the people that I had individually set up. You know, Lydia, Frog. I think that was when we were doing the interviews. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Anyways, that's that. Let me manually do it. Where's my button? Start outro. Start outro button fades away the current music and then starts the outro music. Where did I put it? Music outro right here. I love the outro music. I think I shared the playlist a while ago. I meant the Spotify playlist. Up. Playlist. If you want to listen to I handpicked all this shit. I spent like 2 hours saying, I gotta find the bangers. And I think I did. They're really good. Spin on your Spotify? Sick. You heard this song? Oh shit. I don't think Tired even likes the game anymore. He's just like, fuck Underpeel. Zon's just yapping about other teams. I want to hear that. Yeah, we got like a minute. I'm just trying to type my dot so I can get my Underpeel points. The minute a second, the close second. Agreed. I like the interview episode. That was great. Apple Music. Yeah, I get what you're talking about. Anyways, thank you for coming. The people who are interested in how the production works. I'm not normally here, so it's kind of weird, but I hope it is good insight. And if you're interested in production, feel free to reach out. I will try to give you more resources, but it's a lot. Be prepared to put a lot of time into it. I'm gonna get the hell out of here.